This is a soil blocker, and I hate it, which is why I'm so excited to have a Swiftblocker. We love soil blocks. They grow amazing seedlings. They have the benefits of root pruning, and best of all, you don't have to remove them from a plug tray. But I hate soil blockers. They take so much time to make. They hurt your hands. They're physically difficult. These tools break all the time. We've gone through, I don't know how many over the years. This is just not something designed for farmers to be using in a farm system, which is why I was so excited to discover the Swiftblocker. Swiftblocker, sustainable doesn't have to mean slow. Definitely hooked me when I saw it. It was designed to bring all the benefits of soil blocks into a farm system. It makes an entire tray of soil blocks in one go, rather than having to fuss around with the micro making 20 little ones that do not fit in any sort of system. It's designed to sit in a 10-20 tray, so it already works with tools you most likely have on hand. It is just an amazing tool to quickly and easily get soil blocks flowing in your farm seedling system. Things I love about the Swiftblocker. It's fast. Soil blocking 20 micros or 4 of the solid size soil blocks at a time takes forever. Ian, who's actually really fast at soil blocks, he can do 200 in 4 minutes. There's no world where you can't do a tray of the Swiftblocker in less than 2 minutes. It's gonna save us so much time. And it's easy. My sad little lady hands cannot make soil blocks. It destroys me. It was shocking how physically difficult it would be to use the soil blockers even once, let alone over and over and over again. The Swiftblocker makes it so that I have no strain on my hands, I have no strain on my wrists. I can physically make them all day. This tool will last forever. It's made in America out of good quality steel with really strong welds. It's so hard nowadays to find anything that's built to last. And I know here on the farm, I want to invest in good quality tools that are going to be there for me year after year. We've been farming for 5 years and I've already broken so many soil blockers. I think that my Swiftblocker will last for as long as I need it. It's cheaper. Once you invest into it, you can save a lot of money. With one Swiftblocker, you can make all the seedling plugs that you need. And if you're like me, doing 100 trays or more a year, the money you don't have to spend on those plug trays adds up really quickly. You also don't have to store all those empty trays in the off season. I know for me, they take up a lot of space and that costs you money. It's also sustainable. If you're looking to reduce your plastic waste, not having a mountain of garbage like this is gonna add up really quickly. And they're the perfect size. We have the 200 block Swiftblocker, which is great for us for doing crops that are quick to get planted out. Best of all, they're wider and taller than the micro soil blocker, which we'd been previously using, which makes it so we can grow a lot better seedlings. They also have a 72 size blocker, which is perfect for seedlings that need to grow out a little bit longer before you plant them. Let me show you how to use it. First, you need to get your soil ready. And soil blocks can be intimidating if you look at soil instructions online, because it feels like everyone's always recommending that you make some sort of weird magic potion. You do not have to do that. You can use whatever you already use for seedlings. We use just bales of potting mix that are recommended to us by whatever's in stock at our farm store, and we mix it up. The only thing you need to do differently with soil blocks versus any sort of seedling is that you need to make sure that you have the right amount of moisture. In seedling trays, you can pack them dry. You don't need to have them very wet. With soil blocks, you need to make sure that the mix is quite wet. Way more wet than it would be comfortable and smart to work with for a seedling tray. You want to be able to pack it, squeeze a little bit of water out of it, and have it hold its shape. You're making a snowball. If you can't make a snowball that's gonna hold itself together, then your mix isn't wet enough. Then you need to pack your bottom tray. You wanna have it on a flat surface so that the soil can hold in tight on the bottom, and you wanna fill it up. Overfill the tray so that you have lots of soil to work with to pack into those cells. You want to make sure that you're getting the soil into all the spots. Like any cell tray, the edges and the corners, all those little cracks, they're going to be the most difficult to get filled. So make sure to give them lots of attention. If you spend a little bit of time right now packing it in really well, it'll make the whole process later on a lot quicker. Then you want to remove all of your extra soil on the top. Getting the scraper tool makes it a lot easier. Then you want to take this and pop those plugs into a tray. I love that it fits a standard 10-20 tray because it just makes things so much easier on my farm. You take the top piece and you line it up and compress down your blocks a little bit to make sure that they're fully packed. The only tricky part of this is popping the plugs out, and it really isn't tricky. You want to kind of wiggle gently back and forth until they start to slide out. If there is too much pressure needed to get these to remove, you might not have it lined up properly. So you want to make sure that you're not accidentally bending your tool by pressing too hard. They should slide out really easily. If they're not sliding out really easily, there's a chance you need to use a little bit more water in your soil mix. You can hear it click when they come out, and then you remove it to an entire tray of soil blocks. Rinse and repeat. Because of the dibbles, it's really easy to fill up those soil blocks with your seeds. It goes really fast. And if you have the scraper tool, you can use it as a really easy guide for filling in your blocks even faster. Another feature that I absolutely love is you can actually fill in your seeds before you pop the plugs. If you have a seed that is large and tends to break the block apart when you press it in, or if you want to bury these seeds with dirt, this is a feature that you do not have on the other soil blockers. We love soil blocks, but we've been moving away from using them because they just didn't work as a farm tool. The Swiftblocker addresses all of the downsides. There's lots of different systems that you can use for growing seedlings, and you know, they all have their perks. They're all good tools. But if you're going to use soil blocks, there's no reason why you wouldn't get the Swiftblocker.